Look who I found. Hey, everybody. Welcome. So glad that you could join us. Hello to our family that's joining us on YouTube out there. Hello to the audience that's here. I'm Kelly Sutton. This is Walker Hayes. Woo. So we are here because you wrote a really cool song and then did a really cool video to go along with it. And you're going to premiere it for us tonight. Are you fired up?
I'm pumped.
You are pumped. We're going to talk more about 90s country. We're going to talk more about how you came up with the concept and all that good stuff. This video, by the way, is going to be available immediately following this live stream. So if you guys are watching us on YouTube, then get set because we're going to play it right after. It's coming up. But, you know, you have a guitar.
I do.
And there's a microphone.
I brought it just in case.
Just in case. I mean, you guys want to hear him play a little something right now, right?
Yeah.
All right. Walker Hayes, everybody.
Woo! Anybody want to sing Dollar Store? I'm glad. Because we're going to. Here we go. Let's get it going. Sounds like a metronome. First time I ever played this in front of a crowd, I was opening for Dan and Shay. Anybody fans of Dan and Shay? And man, I was super nervous. And some nights I would mess it up and have to start again. And I don't know if y'all know this, but Shay's in the crowd tonight, so I almost messed it up right then. But I got it right. Here we go. Saw a penny, picked it up, let it be a little luck, stuck it in my pocket. Hey, wasn't earned, but it say 50 cents and a console. Come on, 50 cents and a console. 39 on the floor, bada bing, 10 more. We got it made, babe, in the cash aid. Shopping time, there's a dime in my ashtray. Woo-hoo, I'ma let my money say, I love you. We taking you in that G-W. Down to the dollar store, buy you whatever you holler for. Woo-hoo, baby, I'm $1 million from rich, but I'ma grant you that discount wish. Down at the dollar store, buy you whatever you holler for. Woo-hoo, yeah, baby, here we go. Well, baby, it's your birthday, I'ma be your sugar dad. Don't even think about checking one price tag. What you want? Flip-flops, toothbrush, or rock, Shasta, pop, rock, TBT. Paper plates saying happy Halloween. Candles smelling like cookies and cream. St. Patrick's Day party hats with elastic strings. Girl, you look fine and green. I said, woo-hoo, I'ma let my money say, I love you. We taking you in that G-W. Down to the dollar store, buy you whatever you holler for. Woo-hoo, baby, I'm $1 million from rich, but I'ma grant you that discount wish. Down at the dollar store, come on. Girl, they got silly string, travel scope, knockoff, cereal, ketchup, picture frames, flashlight, keychains, paddle ball, Tylenol, Mardi Gras confetti. Drop it in the cart, I'm about to say, woo-hoo, I'ma let my money say, I love you. We taking you in that G-W. Down to the dollar store, buy you whatever you holler for. Woo-hoo, baby, I'm $1 million from rich, but I'ma grant you that discount wish. Down at the dollar store, buy you whatever you holler for. Say, woo-hoo. Thank y'all.
It never ceases to amaze me just how amazing you are. It's only you. It's this loop. It truly is, man. You're your own little band. It's pretty cool. You and Ed Sheeran. You know what? Ed ain't got nothing on you.
Right,
what?
right.
Here's the thing. I remember when you started working with us. You were the Key West Songwriters Festival.
How many times would I mess it up, right?
Well, there were a couple times. We were getting through it. Through it. Yeah. We're working through it. But you know what? You got it down, and you just sound so good. Man, we're so proud of everything that's been going on with you. We're talking about 90s country. Walker Hayes, thank you guys for being with us. Let's give another round of applause. And we have fan questions for all of those friends that are watching at home on YouTube. We encourage you to ask questions and tell us where you're from and what's going on and start the whole banter going on online. But we do have some questions. Are you ready? Yeah, this is the Q&A portion.
Do I need to talk into this?
It probably would help. It would help.
Just making sure.
It's probably more fun if they hear you. Okay, Nicole said, how did you first come up with the idea to write 90s country? Good question, Nicole.
Me and a girl named Lyrics.
She's here, right?
Yeah.
Is she here? Let's give it up for Lyrics.
Lyrics is here. She's in the house.
I saw her. She's back there.
And I had just actually gotten off tour with Dan and Shay, and we had been set up to write, and I gotta hand it to her. You know, it wasn't much of an idea except the words 90s country, and I think we left that day with "You Make Me Feel Like 90s Country," and I think we had the "Do You Love Me? If You Do, Check Yes Please" and Tractor Sexy part, which that stuck obviously for the next 2 years, but we actually tracked it for the album Boom, and it didn't make it. And but when we tracked it, I sang a verse and a chorus, and then I just like mumbled the rest of the song, so we didn't even have, you know, the last basically 3/4 of the song. But I'm just a product of the 90s. And I have this argument with myself all the time. Was the music that great, or was I just that young and innocent and that green naivety? Did that make everything, like my kids pulled out the Macarena last night. They heard it on Hotel Transylvania 3, and they were like, dum, 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 you know. And I was like, step back.
We got
watch
this. We got
and they were like, oh, Dad, you know, and like, you know, I showed them what was up.
But cool points.
You know, what's fun? That's a great example.
Yeah.
Even though it's not the country genre, it's that song. I loved that song, and now when I hear it, I'm like, wasn't so great. And so you know, I wonder, was the music that great, or were we just kids? But either way, 90s country. When the titles that are mentioned, and so many that I couldn't fit in. You say those titles, and I immediately go back to a place. I know where I was living at the time, you know, who I was with, what girl I was doing that whole put your arm around her thing. And I just remember all those sweet moments, and I just, you know, we hoped everybody did.
Yeah. I mean, and here's the thing. We were having this conversation backstage. You don't realize how much of your brain is actually taken up with 90s country song lyrics until you're like playing trivia and you're like, I got this.
Yes.
I know all of these songs.
Winning.
We're winning.
Yeah.
That's so good.
It's like my kids with the Macarena. It's like I know every move.
Bring it
out. I
out.
was like, jump here, you know, and you're exactly right. We were just, it's I would have never prided myself as that trivia guy, you know, that knows words to those songs, but when we were writing it, I was like, oh yeah, Walk Away Joe, Boot Scoot Boogie, boom, that wink, Watermelon Crawl, you know, they just started spilling out, you know, and I surprised myself with how much brain. That's maybe why I can't remember where my keys are every day, because I got that wink memorized up in here.
So how many songs are name checked at some point in 90s country?
So there are 22, and
wow.
Yeah, there's about 6 different versions of our song, and who knows, you know, if it hits number 1 super fast, I might be like, here's version 2. But you know, we have 90s country squared. We have but yeah, there's 22, and there was a lot of me and Shane finished up the song together, and man, we butted heads. I thought he was gonna break up with me for a second, because I mean, there were days where we would go 6-7 hours, you know, in a writer's room, and literally one day, the worst day we ever had, we fought all day long, and we left with You Make Me Smile Like I Did When We Were Radio Kids. Boom. That was it. And then I even called him that night and was like, no, that's not it. It's wrong. I mean, but we had it out, and he wanted, you know, Neon Moon in there for some reason.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
Shut your mouth.
Ah!
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, I'm gonna tell you what. Brooks and Dunn, that was the South. But my personal one was Cheap Seats. That was the one where I was like, dude, it has to go in there. And when it's funny, we would get mean about it. Like, I would bring up
You were
Cheap
really
Seats.
defensive. You were defensive. Like, this is my song.
I would say Cheap Seats, that's my life. And he'd be like, it wasn't that big of a hit. Move on. And then I'd be like, don't talk about Alabama like that. They were pretty big. And then he'd be like, nah, Eagles for life, And man, we really would. We would argue, and there's some that we are devastated. Both of us are like, I should have been in there, man. It'd be a bigger hit if it was.
I smell a reality show. That's all I'm saying. All right, so Lindsay has a question. Who are some of your favorite artists in the 90s? You just said some of them. And who are your favorite country artists now, Dan and Shay?
Oh, now. You know what's funny? Yeah. Dan and Shay. Yes, I love Dan and Shay. They're killing it.
They are.
Is Dan and Shay killing
They're on
it or
fire.
what?
They're on fire right
Dude.
now.
And
On fire.
I always shout out to Dan and Shay because they were one of the first people to take me out as a opening act, and man, just being an opening act just grows you up. But thanks, Dan and Shay. Tell Dan I'm mad that he's not here. But anyway, one of my favorite artists, I just met him 2 weeks ago, was Tim McGraw. And I loved him in the 90s.
How did you just meet Tim?
I know, crazy, right? He was out promoting his song, Neon Church.
Which is phenomenal.
Which I'm promoting right now.
Phenomenal song.
Yes, it's awesome. And
Honky Tonk Angels with their wings on fire. What is that line? I'm just sorry.
I didn't write it.
I'm a fan.
Yeah. So I kind of hate it.
It's so great.
No, it's that the song's just awesome. And but yeah, like very Don't Take the Girl. That was like the 90s biggest song to me, and minus Cheap Seats, they tied. And anyway, I liked him. I liked MC Hammer in the 90s. I liked Hanson. I like Dave Matthews. She's singing it. It's just and then again, I like I'm loving Macklemore. I love Devin Dawson's stuff. I love Lindsay L. I love Miranda Lambert. I love Kenny Chesney for life. Another one, from the 90s, still totally relevant and won't get out of the way, so people like me can have big hits.
Thanks,
so we gotta
Kenny.
mention him in songs and stuff. But no, did I answer your question?
Kind of. You know what? I knew this is how it was going to go because we just get to talk, and that's the best part about it. But you know what? Enough talking. I want you to play the song. Are you ready?
Let's play it. Wait,
Friends, this is 90s country. It says so on my piece of paper, so that's official.
Says that
All right,
too.
you guys want to hear the new song, 90s country? Here it is.
Feels weird to not sing it on a boat, and you'll know what that means in a minute. You're in a pop. You're in a pop. It wasn't popping like that earlier. You want to mess with that, Nick, or you want to keep going? You might know it. Here we go. Strawberry wine on your lips got me amazed. How about you let this cowboy take you away? Give me that wink, I'm gonna give it right back. You know you like it, you love it, you want some more of that. Come on. You make me smile like I did when we were radio kids, catching that countdown on Sunday, all the way to one back when it was. Do you love me? If you do, check yes please. Girl, you know you think my tractor sexy. Got me spinning like that jukebox junkie, making me feel like 90s country. Shake it right there, you clean up my double wide trailer. Million songs I can listen, but I'm just gonna shut up and kiss you. Here we go. You see that water tower, good weekend dream on it. I'ma paint your name and John Deere green on it. I cross my heart, I ain't no walk away, Joe. I wanna get you to the church on Cumberland Road. It will get sweeter with time, just like that bottle of wine. Might be a little dust on it, but won't it taste so fine, just like you? Do you love me? If you do, check yes please. Girl, you know you think my tractor sexy. night, babe. Do you love me? If you do, yeah, sing it. Girl, you know you think my tractor. Woo! I ain't in it for your daddy's money. You make me feel like 90's country. Shake it right there, you clean up my double wide trailer. Million songs I could listen, but I'm just gonna shut up and kiss you. Here we go. Baby, don't be stupid, you know I love. Blame it all on my roots when I turn up the 90's country. Woo! Yeah, baby.
I'm just gonna say, everybody in here is thinking about where they were when they were singing those songs for the first time. So it just takes you to a really, really happy place.
Thank you for saying
Yes.
that. That was the goal of the song. You know, is hopefully sprinkle in some titles where people go back and maybe it hurts a little bit. You know, even though it's a happy song, we just love nostalgia, don't we? And don't we agree with me, people? Like, I'm just kidding. I love nostalgia. I love songs that make you smile and cry a little bit at the same time. And we tried hard to get a little bit of that. But it is a peppy song.
I love it. So good. By the way, I'm wearing an I Love 90s country
I love
t-shirt.
your shirt.
You like my shirt? So this is a really funny story. One of
Tell.
my friends had this shirt on yesterday at a
Okay.
music industry event. And I texted her today and I said, "Where'd you get that really cool shirt? I'm hosting this thing with Walker Hayes." And she's like, "Kelly, it's his merch."
Nice.
So for everybody who's here and everybody at home that's watching, if you want your own I Love 90s country shirt like this one, you can find it at walkerhayes.com. You're selling them right now.
Go get you one.
Go get you one.
Very generic. Doesn't even have my name on it. So
That's
if you don't
why I
like me,
didn't
but you
know.
love 90s country, get you a shirt. You don't got to tell anybody I sang it.
I didn't know. I had no idea it was
Yeah.
yours. So that's so cool. Okay, I need to know more about this music video. We have some more fan questions that we
Yeah.
need to get through. Marissa wants to know your favorite piece of 90s fashion.
Fashion. Well, being the fashion connoisseur that I am. Actually, you know what? My favorite clothes growing up were Jams, but I feel like those
Oh,
were
yeah.
80s. They were a little more 80s. So that's how good I was at fashion. I was wearing Jams well into the 90s, proudly, and I was wearing tube socks up to my knees with stripes on them in like high school. So, but no, I do remember, I just didn't care about stuff like that, but I do remember one time the fair came to Mobile, and like the prize that you won was a slap bracelet. And I was like, this is the greatest invention ever. I don't know why, but a slap bracelet was incredible. And then also, my parents never got me one of these things, and it just broke my heart. It made us fight a lot. I hated my parents just for this, but I wanted a calculator watch. Anybody remember these
I
calculator
remember that
watches?
one.
And
Yeah. It's a big deal.
I think if you wore one now, people would be like, that's dope. And but I always wanted one of those. But like, let's talk maybe starter jackets. Those were pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love the sneakers that were in the night, like the start of the Jordans and flights and stuff like. What about you? What
Tree
did grow
torns.
up
We
like?
had tree torn tennis shoes,
Tree
ladies.
torn?
You remember the tree torn tennis shoes? Mm-hmm.
What about jellies?
They're back. Oh, jellies. And they
Was that
lasted,
80s?
That was probably 80s. But they only
Chargers.
lasted for like maybe 2 weeks, and then you'd break
Okay.
them, and you'd have to go get another pair.
Get some more
yeah,
jellies?
but there was, I do remember that at big shoulder pads. Big shoulder pads.
No, I don't remember the shoulder
Scrunchies,
pad.
the scrunchies.
See, these are all girl things.
yeah.
Guys, help me
Look,
out.
they're
Like,
they're
what
totally
was the
feeling
fashion?
me.
What was like a dude? Just
the
flannel.
Oh, yeah, because we went through
Wait,
the grunge.
It's not in now.
Grunge. And then later 90s was like the choker and the whole, grunge. That was a sad, sad scene. Okay, so how long, Hannah wants to know, how long did it take you to write 90s country? And what did the process look like? Obviously, you mentioned earlier you dropped this, and I was like, you said 2 years?
2 years, yeah. We
I mean,
you
that
know-
wasn't the writing process, but the whole process.
Yeah, I wasn't in a room for that long. Came out with a beard. Still have my slab bracelet on. No, we we started, like me and lyrics. We started. We gave it a go, and a lot of the references we made stayed in there, but just not in the same order. And to tell you all honestly, at first it was just a list, and that just wasn't cutting it. You know, I think that's kind of a lot of the reason why when we tracked it for the album Boom, it didn't make it, because it was like, hey, you know, anybody can list stuff. You know, why is that great? It doesn't make us feel anything. And I agreed. And I think it would have been cool, but not what it is now, you know. And I think, you know, Shane and I, what we fought about was the narrative, the story that happens with the lyrics, and kind of like, you know, talking to a girl and saying, hey, you see that water tower, and I'll know, walk away, Joe, and like the story in it, that was super hard. And it's much easier to write a song just with your own isms and your feelings and emotions. That's not easy, but it's a lot easier than somebody saying, hey, here's a bucket of words that you're allowed to use. Say what's on your heart, you know. And so I think, I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm never going to write a song like it again. I'm only going to keep it like from the heart with my own words, because that's just way simpler. I mean, it took us, I mean, to the day we tracked this song, we were adding and subtracting lyrics. You know, the baby don't be stupid, you know I love you, blame it all on my roots when I turn up. I mean, we couldn't do it without Garth, but we just didn't know where to put it, you know, where you weren't like, overload of song, you know, and it just didn't have the flow. So yeah, it was a 2-year process.
Wow. Probably the hardest song that you've written.
Ever. Don't
really?
Want to ever do it again. I don't know if Shane ever wants to write with me again, because
I haven't seen him. He's not here,
yes.
so
he didn't
I don't
come
know.
either. He's with Dan somewhere.
They're writing a song
like,
right
I'm
now.
out.
They're writing
We'll never do
80s
it
country
Yes.
right now.
Yes.
Okay, Cuz wants to know, where was the music video filmed?
So the music video was filmed on Old Hickory Lake, and that was donated to us by the town of Nashville, and they just let us have it. Nah, I think we just went to some public, you know, place. We were allowed there, and it was awesome. Nautique boats came through with us, gave us some seriously bad to the bone boats, and Hyperlight gave us a wakeboard and boots that fit my feet perfectly. And man, it was a little bit colder than we would have wished it would have been that day, but it was awesome.
I mean, not to give anything away. I mean, you had on jeans, so
I
it was a little
wakeboarded
warmer.
in jeans, and I'm gonna tell you, the only thing as cool as that is when, and I don't know, I'm probably going to sound like a nerd here, but anybody ever get in the bathtub on accident with your socks? And I don't care who you are, it feels amazing. I know it sounds weird. Just try it tonight. Pour you a half bath of some super hot water and dip that foot in there. I'm telling you, it feels so good. I made my kids do it, and they were like, Dad, you're right, this is amazing. But if you go swimming in jeans, it feels equally as awesome.
Totally taking your word for that.
Yes.
Corey wanted to know, listen, I saw a photo of you wakeboarding on Instagram. Did you learn how to wakeboard for the video? Or
Oh,
what?
no,
Okay.
I should lie. Yeah, I tried it that
Picked
day,
it up.
and I was catching air left and right, man. No, this was you know, when I was in college, my dad and I went and we bought this. It's a demo of a boat called a super launch, and in the summers when any of my best friends from high school were home together in the summers, immediately when we would get off work, we were at Dog River, and we were learning how to wakeboard, and it was awesome. And I haven't done it in many, many years. We ended up selling the boat because we needed some cash, and I think, yeah. And then, you know, it's been a while, but I was telling you, dude, the day after this video, I was sore in places that I didn't know were places on my body. Like I was hurting all over me, and
You got in the bathtub with
my
your socks on.
on.
Soaked it out. It's full circle
It's the
moment.
best cure for a hangover.
Full circle moment. Okay, we're going to let you play one more. We want to remind everybody at home, we are very, very close to showing you the video. Don't go anywhere. It is going to play right here on this channel. We're so happy that everybody's joining us. And then friends that are here, we're going to show it for you too. So you get to see it tonight as well. But before we get there, we're going to make you wait just a few minutes longer because we want to hear You Broke Up With Me.
Let's do it.
We do it?
Want to hear something about it? Here we go. Well, I got some coke in my bourbon, surfing the room like sways. And I ain't drunk, I'm a maid, that's right. Yeah, I got that laid way back in my swag. X Factor, feeling no pain. I'm at the top of my game. I say you can't crash my party with your sorries and what are. Please don't be raining on my Mardi Gras parade for a minute. Well, I ain't even fixing to listen to you get tripped and you're forgetting who you made that bet into. Want me in it. I said, whoa, girl, simmer on down tonight. Ain't nobody making you watch me get my forget you on. No, girl, you can't touch my good as gold. I know it's difficult to see me on the road, but hey, woo, you broke up with me, that's right. Yeah, what can I say, babe? You broke up with me. 2, 3, 4. Guess you don't know what you want till you see you're moving on. Making lonely look like freedom, baby. Don't even act like I'm doing something wrong. If my song comes on and I get lost on that dance floor, somebody's arms, it ain't yours. You can't crash my problem with your sorries and what always. Don't be raining on my Mardi Gras parade for a minute. Well, I ain't even fixing to listen to you get tripped and you're forgetting who you made that bet and didn't want me in it. I said, whoa, girl, simmer on down tonight. Ain't nobody making you watch me get my forget you on. No, girl, you can't touch my good as gold. I know it's difficult to see me on the road, but hey, woo, you broke up with me, that's right. Yeah, what can I say, babe? You broke up with me. Here we go. For real, babe. Ain't trying to rub it in your face. I'm just breaking off a little cold hard truth. It is what it is, girl. You did what you did, girl. I'm just doing what a bachelor do. Everybody get up. I said, you can't crash my party with your sorries and what always. Don't be raining on my Mardi Gras parade for. Quit it. I ain't even fixing to listen to you get tripping. You're forgetting who you made that bet and didn't want me in it. I said, whoa, girl, simmer on down tonight. Ain't nobody making you watch me get my forget you on. No, girl, you can't touch my good as gold. I know it's difficult to see me on the road, but hey, you broke up with me. Yeah, what can I say, babe? You broke up with me.
Oh, we love it. We love it. We love it. Now, before we launch this video, tell everybody who you're going out on tour with.
Going out on tour with Old Dominion. Yeah, baby.
Man, that's going to be a real good time.
It's going to be fun. But unless you have to be from London or the UK to go. Because unless you're going to fly all the way over there to see us. But, yeah, we're going to be far away.
It's okay. It's
you could
okay.
be Irish, maybe?
You know what?
Italian.
There are direct flights from London to Nashville right now. Thank you very
Boom.
much. Hello, British Airways. That was a free
Y'all
one.
won't go.
Yeah.
You won't do it?
But you know what? It's so much fun to see everything amazing happening for you because you are such a cool guy. We love you. You're super talented.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for doing all of this. Who do you want to say thank you to for this video?
First and foremost, fans, thank y'all. Friends, family, thank y'all. My team, who have launched the crap out of this song. I've had nothing to do with it. All I did was write it, and I go places singing it. So that's awesome. I also want to thank Margaret from YouTube, and I just had the spelling of your name down here, so I would say it right. But Margaret, you made this happen. How comfy is this? You know, most events in Nashville, a lot of them are stiff. Not this. This is like, I feel like I'm in my living room. So thank you, Margaret and YouTube, for making this like it is. It's a blast. And thank you for hosting. We got a famous host.
It's so great. Okay, everybody. We are moments away. Are you guys ready to see this video? Everybody go to walkerhayes.com, get your t-shirt, the I Love 90s Country t-shirt, and you can watch the video on YouTube. It's youtube.com/walkerhayes. 90s Country Walker Hayes. Here we go. Let's watch it. Okay. Good job, y'all. Nobody had a phone ring, nothing. It was real good. If you turn this way, you guys down here, you might want to flip around so that you can see. Can everybody see? Here we go. Check it out.